His wife wore those black stockings to a job interview, but what should have been a 3-minute interview had him waiting outside the building for 3 whole hours. The moment that interview finally ended, those stockings on her legs were completely shredded. His heart dropped, but he forced himself to stay calm, telling himself he was just overthinking things. But then as she bent down to change her shoes, he spotted something on those torn stockings, some kind of mysterious liquid stain. His hands started shaking uncontrollably, fighting with everything he had to keep his face neutral, but tears just kept falling no matter what he did. Back in their bedroom, Nina was already fast asleep. He lay there in bed, his mind racing with images of those destroyed stockings, and that weird way she'd been walking. Barely managed to sleep when dawn came. Next morning he just rolled out of bed when Nina was already dressed and heading out the door. Same outfit, white blouse pencil skirt combo. He made sure to check carefully. She was wearing black stockings on her legs, but when she came home from work, those stockings had mysteriously vanished. Before he could even ask her about it, she pulled out a pair of stockings from her bag all angry. Got snagged getting out of the car, I'm so pissed. He felt a tiny bit of relief. Maybe he really was just paranoid, but when he actually looked at the stockings in her hand, his brain just exploded like a bomb went off. Ice cold sensation flooding his entire body. Nina was obviously lying to his face. She'd definitely worn black stockings that morning. The pair in her hands right now was flesh-colored. Felt like lightning just struck him right in the skull. If before he'd only had suspicions, now he was absolutely certain Nina was cheating on him. In that split second when she bent forward, he clearly saw it. Several dark red marks on her inner thighs, the kind that come from broken blood vessels under the skin. Those were love bites. He and Nina first met doing part-time work in college. After graduation they started a business together. Every morning, running around hunting for investors, getting rejected and looked down on everywhere. Every night, keeping clients happy, drinking until they were sick and the world was spinning. During the toughest times, they'd buy buns at breakfast shops, secretly stuffing extra pickles and radish in bags to stretch across 5 bowls of rice, but persistence paid off. Their startup finally started taking off. That tiny company gradually grew into a legitimate enterprise. One day Nina said she didn't want to work anymore, wanted to stay home and support him instead. He agreed with a smile immediately. She'd suffered through everything alongside him, endured way too much hardship. From that point on, she peacefully stayed at home, shopping, getting her nails done, spa treatments daily. She didn't neglect him either though. Every morning his suits were perfectly pressed and ready. Every evening he came home to fresh hot meals waiting. He never could have imagined that so-called forever would only last a measly 3 years. At some point he couldn't pinpoint. She started complaining their car wasn't as nice as her friends, whining about designer bags not being the latest season. Sometimes when he got home from work, the dining table was completely empty. Zero signs of life. None of this really bothered him. He worked hard building the business. Wasn't it all so she could live better? Car wasn't good enough, he'd work harder to upgrade. Bags weren't latest season, he'd help her get them ordered. No food ready, he could cook for himself. But he never saw it coming, that she'd actually betray him like this. Just thinking about her with someone else made it impossible to stay calm. Next day after his wife left for work, he tracked down her company, applied for some random entry-level position, submitted his resume online. Less than an hour later, HR sent him an interview invitation. He stripped off his business suit, changed into a plaid shirt and jeans, headed to the company for the interview. A young woman conducted his interview for this basic position. His resume was absolutely flawless. They chatted casually for a bit. She told him to start the next day. Early next morning, he arrived at the company, picked a corner desk for himself. This spot gave him a view of basically everyone in the office, without drawing attention. Work had started half an hour ago, when Nina finally strolled in. Same familiar blouse, skirt and stockings outfit. Nina's desk was right next to the boss's office. All morning long he secretly watched her every move, trying to identify the other man. But that entire morning, Nina just sat there playing on her phone, constantly touching up makeup and lipstick. Forget actually working. She didn't even open her computer once. While his mind was racing, Nina suddenly stood up, walked into the office behind her. She casually shut the door. Then the window blinds all snapped closed at once. Nearly an hour passed before that office door opened again. Nina emerged from inside, her lips swollen and red, her blouse hem wrinkled and creased, walking while running fingers through her messy hair, heading toward the restroom. He stared hard at the restroom direction. A coworker beside him nudged his arm with an elbow. Don't even think about that one. She's already got an owner. He ignored that comment. His hands clenched into tight fists, suddenly shot to his feet. His coworker jumped, muttered under his breath, "What a psycho. Scared the hell out of me. Look at yourself in a mirror, dude." As he approached the boss's office, he slowed his pace, walked slowly past the doorway. Inside, a guy around 30 wearing gold-rimmed glasses was looking down, zipping up his dress pants. After Nina returned from the restroom, she just sat at her desk staring at her phone. After work he deliberately hung around outside for over an hour. When he got home, Nina had just finished showering and stepped out. It was over 85 degrees outside, yet she was wearing long-sleeved pajamas. He immediately understood and deliberately asked, "Why are you wearing long sleeves in this heat?" Nina stammered out an answer. "My period's coming in a few days. You're always telling me to stay warm, right?" "Oh really? Yeah, you should definitely definitely stay warm then. He stared directly into her eyes. Maybe his gaze was too intense. Nina couldn't meet his eyes at all. Just when she was about to crack, he slowly said, the project's been really busy lately. I'm gonna crash at a client's place. Working late, don't want to disturb your sleep. Hearing that, Nina instantly relaxed with relief. Her whole body just loosened up. Work comes first. Don't worry about me. Then practically fled back to the bedroom. Watching her slam that door without hesitation, he laughed coldly inside. Of course she'd be relieved. Otherwise how would she explain all those suspicious marks on her body? Staying in the same room with her, he'd probably lose control and completely explode. The timing wasn't right yet. No matter how disgusted he felt, he had to hold back. Over the following days, Nina kept going to work as usual, except every single day she'd go into the boss's office, stay for about an hour, sometimes in the morning, sometimes even once in the morning, once in the afternoon. Really looked like she was busy working. He'd spend his days at that company, pretending to slack off on the surface, actually secretly surveilling everything. At night he'd return to his own company, handle essential documents. Never really got a chance to capture solid evidence. Until this particular day when Nina, who usually just played on her phone, suddenly went after a coworker. Admin arranges cleaning service to come daily. Companies never had any issues with it, but when this month's cleaning fee came up for approval, Nina blocked it. For something this small, we need a special cleaning service. Every employee can just sweep up after work themselves. A cleaner costs $850 a month. You think money grows on trees or something? The admin supervisor was a middle-aged guy in his 40s. Facing Nina's barrage of questions, he didn't dare talk back. Nina now acted like the boss's wife around the office. The supervisor could only nod meekly and agree. After getting chewed out, his eyes scanned the office. Then he walked straight to his desk. Hey James, stay late after work today. You're in charge of cleaning the office tonight. Hearing that, his temper flared instantly. Do I look like some pushover you can bully? Why me specifically? I'll make everyone do their own area. It's you because I said so. First day and you're already disobeying orders. Then why even show up to work? After hours, clean the entire office thoroughly. And the boss's office too. Don't miss a single spot. Got it. He was about to argue back, but hearing that last part he stopped himself, pretended to reluctantly accept. Fine, I got it. Thought you were tough. Turns out you're just a wimp. Seeing him agree, the supervisor walked off with his tea, still insulting him on the way out. After he left, he immediately ordered a tiny spy camera online, made sure to select same-day local delivery. He'd been looking for a way into that boss's office, and now the opportunity just walked right up to him.